One of my biggest regrets was waiting until I was at this certain imaginary point of success financially before I went after what I wanted to do for a living, like as my passion. You see, when I was in high school, I would sit there in class and kid would ask a question and the teacher would answer it, but they would do like a shitty job of answering the question. And I could tell that the kid didn't really know what the answer was, or they were still confused looking. And I wanted to sit there and like scream at them, like, or I wanted to, answer the question. I wanted to teach the class. I felt like I could help people and clarify things. And, from early on, I really wanted to be a teacher or an educator or something like that. I even went to college to become a professor, and I got through undergrad. I went to a couple years of grad school. I was literally like a few classes short of getting a master's in educational counseling. And then I changed it all up again. I was like, there's no way I'd want to work in the school system, and I got to do something different. Then I got totally sucked into corporate America and hated it for years, several years. And then I just decided that money was my core problem. And if I didn't have to work for money, then everything will be fine. And so then I get into real estate, and I spent, a good probably 7 or 8 years just totally focused on money and trying to figure out my own personal financial situation. And I figured it out, in terms of just building. I built a big business. We did over 100 flips a year. I had, gotten up to like owning a few dozen rental properties. And I was fine financially at that point, more than okay in terms of paying bills. But I was still missing something. I was missing meaning and fulfillment from the work that I did. I was just working for money. And for me, once you have what you need or more than what you need, it kind of gets an emptiness to it of just like trying to get more money. And so that was when I finally decided to start getting into the coaching and education business so that I could help other people. I was like, all right, I figured out money, but I need to actually do work that I think is meaningful and that makes a difference. I need something to drive me to work, like when I get up in the morning, besides just me putting more dollars in my own bank account. I just didn't want that to be the way I spent my life and what I focused on. And so I dive into the education business, and like all of a sudden I'm doing stuff I love all the time. I'm creating content like this. I'm writing a book. I'm like coaching and helping other people. I'm finally getting to listen to people and share my perspective and give advice and give them clarity on what it is that they want in their lives. And, they're thanking me and saying that I changed their life and stuff. And I was like, I can't believe this is what I get to do now. And the crazy thing was I was making money doing it too. I think my first year in the coaching business, I made $90K or something like that, which is good money, right? In my first year. And, I had a lot of help in terms of like, I hired some really good coaches to show me how to make money, and I spent a bunch of that money on them. So my net profit was probably hardly anything, right? But it was just a big aha for me. Like, and I'm not saying this to brag about how much money I made in my first year. I don't care about any of that. But like, the point is I shifted to doing what I loved doing, and then the money came, and I was like, damn. I've been like focusing on my own money for a decade, and now I'm focusing on helping other people, and I'm also able to make money doing that. I was like, why didn't I just start with this? Like, why did I focus everything on as much money as possible? And I look at a lot of my idols and mentors who have been in the education space, and I say that loosely. It could mean they wrote books or created courses or had seminars, or had, coaching, whatever. Like, they help other people by sharing knowledge and information. And they all started with what they were passionate about. And now they're making shitloads of money doing it. They're able to invest and, do way better investing than I have ever done, because they have the cash. They have so much cash to do that. But they literally started from ground zero with their passion business. And so if I had the benefit of hindsight, that's what I would have done too. That's what I would do if I could go back in time to being 18 years old or whatever. I probably wouldn't go to college. I would just get involved in the online education space. Of course, it would look different than it looked for me. I wouldn't be able to go out and coach real estate, or, you know what I mean? I'd have to find my authentic entry point and not like tell people I could do something I couldn't do. I might have to go learn a skill first and then like teach it to people, or do a service for people. I have no idea what it would have been, but I just know it would have fulfilled me, and I could have started, a decade ago, and now I would have like over a decade's worth of momentum and growth and understanding and experience in this business, not to mention just like the email list and the audience and all that kind of stuff. And I think I'd be making way more money than I make now, and be better off in terms of investments than I am even now, just because I would have had that money from the passion business being so successful. So, I don't have a specific message for this episode other than to tell you guys that, like, what you would love to do someday, like, oh man, if money was no object, I would love to help people and do this or that. Whatever that is, that can be what you do now for money. There's a way to make it sustain you. It might need to be molded or shaped differently. If you're thinking you just want to go volunteer, or like, then you're obviously going to have to change that or find a different way to pay for your life. Or if you want to work for a nonprofit, right? Like, the amount they can pay you is pretty limited. But you have to go deeper and say, I want to work for a nonprofit because I want to go volunteer because I want blank. And I want that because blank, and get to the deeper why, the deeper mission behind what it is you want to do. And if you discover like, well, I just want to, like, for me, I discovered essentially that I want to wake up and inspire other people to go after their dreams and to do what I'm talking about in this episode. I want to grab people by the shoulders and be like, dude, don't let your whole life pass you by just hanging your head and trading time for dollars. Build an amazing life where you love what you do, and you make money doing that thing. So once I got clear that was my why, my mission, then I could look at the different hows, the different ways that I could bring that into the world. There's plenty of things I could have chosen that would not have made me any money or very little money. But an online education or coaching business, on the other hand, has the ability to scratch that itch of me wanting to inspire other people to follow their dreams and to go after their passions, and make really as much money as I want to make, or can make doing it. So it's a win-win. And so there's ways to follow your muse and to go after what you really want, what's really going to fulfill you and make you feel like you're making an impact. But also financially, the outlook looks good for you. So hope that helps, guys, and I hope that inspires somebody today to go after your dreams and to just start chipping away at that mission. Don't wait like I did years and years to get to some imaginary financial point and then not find fulfillment in what you do, and then have to shift gears I can't tell how many clients I coach who have a big money making business that they don't want to shut down because they don't know what they would do without it, but they want to shift into their passion business, but they need the money making business to stay there to make them money. And so they end up not having much time to put towards the passion business. And they're kind of like torn in two directions. It's exactly what happened to me. And it doesn't have to happen to you. You can start with the passion business. But for any of you who already have the money making business, or you're in the 9 to 5, the reality is you might have to start small and work at this and let it over time pick up enough momentum and make enough money to where you can stop doing other things for money and just focus on what you love to do full time. And there's really no better day than today to start working towards what moves you to what inspires you. Like the whole analogy or the old saying, the best time to plant a tree was 20 years ago. The second best time is today. I mean, days, months, years are all going to go by. Whether you do anything or not, it's going to be 2022, 2023, 2024, 2025. What do you want to have created when 2025 rolls around? Do you want to have written that book, created that course, launched that program that's going to help people? Or do you want to still just be sitting around saying that you got to get to some other financial place, and then after that you will be inspired, or after that you will have like the freedom or the time to put towards what moves you, what's going to make an impact, what's going to leave like a ripple in the world, even when you're gone one day. I believe that no matter how busy you are and how much you need money, you should still put at least 15 minutes, 20 minutes, 30 minutes a day towards your passion. Not just so that you can build the momentum towards making it a reality, but so that you can like scratch that itch. It makes the other stuff that you have to do feel way less weighty, because you actually did something for you that day as well. You took some personal time to sit at your computer and write one page of your new book, or whatever it is for you, where you feel like, I have this thing, I want to get out there, I got a mission, I want to put it out to the world, help people. I don't know how you plan on doing that. I do recommend that you choose a way of doing it where you can easily pay your own bills too, because if you can't pay your bills, then you're going to always have to be torn into one or two other directions, and you're not going to be able to put yourself fully towards making that difference. So be a bit selfish. Doesn't matter if you make some money while making an impact. It's a quote by either Jim Rohn or Zig Ziglar. He says, "Help enough other people get what they want, and you can have everything you want." And I love that I love that quote. And that's all I got for you guys today. If you want some help with knowing what to do, like let's say you're ready to put 30 minutes a day or an hour a day towards this, and if you want some help really getting clear on what's going to be the best niche for you, then you need to go watch my brand new masterclass. It's called the Offer Creation Masterclass, where I show you how to develop that first initial offer that you're going to take to the market so that you can start helping people, changing lives, making an impact. The training will show you the 3 big secrets of nailing your offer, and it'll reveal what I call the industry's dirty little secret, which I think is holding most coaches and experts back from getting clients. So click the link in the description to go watch that training. I will see you guys there, and thank you for tuning in.